could this happen? This is the shocking truth. The title company did not pay the taxes when they transferred the property, and now the property is going back to the county. This is a crazy, almost unbelievable story. One of the most shocking that I've seen in the last 25 years. Even more shocking when I worked in some large cities where there were scams almost every week. A title company who was very close to the builders did not pay the old taxes. So when my buyer bought the property, this is what shocked us. Those taxes from 2023, even though they bought in August of 2024, can put the house into tax foreclosure and my buyer loses the house. How to stop a tax foreclosure in Texas taxes. That's what the sellers knew. That's what this unscrupulous title company knew. What they were doing. They were just hoping that the buyer would panic. My buyer, if you listen to you listen to the link with the full interview, he's not the kind of guy that's gonna just roll over. And you can tell by my videos and look at my reviews on Google. My people love me for a reason. I will fight for them. I'll do the right thing. And when I've had multiple situations, and you can see them in my reviews, where title companies will try to bully my buyers. Now, there are some great title companies out there. There's also some bad ones, just like anybody. But the bad ones really are good at pretending to be good ones and lying and being manipulative. The good thing is they're not that bright and they're not that creative, so they do the same tricks. Now that I've seen these types of people, I can kind of anticipate their next moves. So anyway, this situation is you click on that link, look at the full. You can listen to the full interview of Mark and I going in detail on how it went, how he met the buyer, and how they treated him throughout the whole process, and how this title company had a tight relationship with the seller. That's your number one. It's not if there's a tight relationship with the seller, that means even though you're buying lender's title insurance and you're paying the title company a lot of money to issue, and we're talking a few $1,000s for this transaction, they pocket 80% of this profit to the title company, not just the closing fee, but 80% of that title insurance premium. Then you're in a situation where you're paying them. They do not have your best interest. So let's take a look at this as far as what happens in tax foreclosure. There's a tax lien attachment. So when the property taxes become a lien on January 1st. So he didn't pay that in 2023. That became a lien on the property. And that is automatic, and it takes a priority over other liens, including mortgages. That's the only thing I believe the IRS can with some other things, but that takes a lot of court actions. That's the only thing that takes priority over other liens. So the municipality can move ahead of your loan and your down payment, and now it has control of your property. So now this can go to this can get worse. It can go to tax delinquency, and so these things already happened in this case. Were 2023. So the tax delinquency date on this was January 31st of 2024. He didn't sell this property until August of 2024. So he's getting letters after letters, notices warning them about unpaid taxes. And per the email from this unscrupulous title company who lied to everybody involved, including myself, she admitted he knew about his back taxes. Well, also she knew about it, and she should have never sold the property. This is a key thing. You can't sell the property without standing taxes and follow law. That's where she broke the law. So if this continues, it goes to step 4, court-ordered foreclosure sale. So at that point, your property is sold to the highest bidder. So this seller, in theory, this was $1,600 in back taxes he didn't pay. He sold a $500,000 property. He could go back and, colluding with this title company, go back and buy back the property for $1,600 or whatever the highest bidder is, buy back the property and sell it again. So then there's a right of redemption. There's going to be penalties. The original owner has 2 years to buy back, to redeem the property with paying the winning bid. But my buyer was not the original owner. So that becomes a really tight, a really tough situation, because though it is the homestead, he's not the original owner that inherited this defective defective title. The title company, by the laws they broke, made my buyer inherit this. So then you're looking at the impact of mortgages and liens. Mortgage lenders lose their rights. This moves ahead of them. And now you get a loan that can be due and payable. We talk about this in detail. You can click on that link to the full interview with Mark and I. We talk about it becomes an invalid loan. So now the lender says, hey, I've got an invalid loan. I'm not in first lien position. So then it becomes the buyer becomes evicted, and then they could be thrown out of the house that they legally paid for. And you're thinking, this almost can't be real. And when my buyer got this delinquent tax notice, and we sent it to the title company, I told my buyer, either this is a scam and the title company's in on it, or they're just really, really unintelligent. What is the role of the title company? This is educational. Anybody who's buying or selling a property should know this. So let's look at this. Title companies in Texas, their role is to do a title search and examination. During that, they identify outstanding liens. The first thing they do is they pull the previous taxes. So in this particular case, they had outstanding taxes from 2023. Now, this sale was August of 2024. So any 2023 taxes should have been paid before the property is transferred. Number two, they issue title insurance. That ensures the lender and the buyer that they are in first lien position. It also protects them against future claims. Let's say somebody got divorced and they had an ex was not deeded off the property properly, and they had interest in the property. That title insurance actually protects the buyer and protects the lender from any future claims. Escrow services, they will collect all the money from the lender, which was me in this case. We wire them money. The buyer brings their down payment, and those funds together fund the sale of the transaction. The title company collects their fees, and then they pay off other third parties such as insurance, and then they disperse the rest to the sellers. Then the closing coordination, they collect all this, they balance the closing disclosure. They record the documents after this. This is number 5. They record the documents, which is the deed of trust and other documents that show legally that the buyer owns this property and who the lender is. Then they disperse these funds to the appropriate parties. This is a scam and the title company's in on it, or they're just really, really unintelligent. And it turned out to be the former. They knew what they were doing and they lied to cover it up. So my buyer bought a double property. So it's a house with a lot, and that was made into a new legal description. It was combined, and this is what the title insurance covers. So the title insurance covers first lien position. So you have to have title insurance to get a mortgage. So he got a mortgage, he did his down payment, and because the bank needs to have unencumbered title, which means there's no other liens. But the title company is legally, per their agreement with the title insurance and Texas Department of Insurance, to clear title. They purposely did not pay the taxes. Why would they do this? Well, the seller saved money by not paying all taxes. That's the shocking part. The sellers made money by not paying their 2023 taxes. If a title company completes the sale and does not pay old property taxes, what laws did they violate in this case? So in this case, they violated Texas Property Code because they did not clear that. They issued title insurance under title insurance regulations through Texas Department of Insurance. They violated those rules. They violated Texas Tax Code. They violated they've created a quagmire of legal remedies from the buyer and seller, everybody involved, by them failing to do this. And we thought it might be a mistake. My buyer goes down to the county, and the lady at the county says, wow, what did you do? Usually the buyers pay this. The sellers never come down here and pay it. What did you do? You know what we did? We did a multi-pronged attack. Basically, we let the title company know the laws they violated. They violated Texas Department of Insurance. They also violated TDSML, Texas Department of Savings and Mortgage Lending, which means the loan has to close with title insurance, and CFPB laws. And there was a host of others. So I let them know that the full weight of the banks, which have the lien position in this, will come down on them. Also, they defrauded my buyer, so that would come down on them, and the Texas Department of Insurance. And also, since this is a violation of a contract that is written down with the Texas Department of Insurance, it now falls under Deceptive Practices Act, which is a criminal violation by the Texas Attorney General. If you want to get somebody on the Deceptive Practices Act. I've got multiple companies on that. It's a great consumer protection law that will protect you in this situation. So taxes need to be paid when properties transfer. If you have old taxes due on a property, then those taxes go ahead of the buyer and go ahead of the bank. So they're in first lien position. It's the only thing that can move ahead of the buyer and the bank. And that's the violation the title company did. So what the builders do is they work out a deal with the title company and say, we'll give you lots of business. We'll give you so much business. Can you believe all the business you're going to get? No, I can't believe it. But you got to commit fraud. And then what we'll do is we'll just scare the buyers into paying their taxes with this tax foreclosure letter. So sure enough, the tax foreclosure letter arrives. First week of December, hey, this house is going to tax foreclosure. We're going to take your house. Buyer calls me up. I get a hold of the title company. They say, oh, that's on the other lot. I guess we didn't know that. No, you did know it because you insured both lots. Look at the title insurance certificate that you issued you knew exactly what you were doing. And I looked up the old tax cert, and the old tax cert showed delinquent property taxes, and they didn't pay them. So when you are buying a house, you get a hold of me. You don't even need to use me. Get a hold of me and show me the tax cert that you got from the title company, and then require in writing a cleared payment of that. So collection at closing and cleared payment. If they don't do that, you could lose your house. So you need to protect yourself. Think about it. When they say come and take it in Texas, title companies, we're not talking about come and take my property. That was a military thing from 200 years ago. We're not saying come and take my property. We're saying do your job, quit stealing, and you know what? You got caught. Now I'm going to leave the name of the title company out of it because they're going to sue me and their lawyers are better than mine. But I'll tell you what, this happens again, maybe we'll do a class action and then it's not me slandering them. Well, slander would be an untrue statement. This is just stating the facts because I got all the receipts. I got the tax cert. I got the letter from the county, and we have the lady at the county saying this happens all the time. Don't get burned by these title companies. Know your rights. Know how it works. It's very tricky. But like Jack Reacher says, details matter. So get us the details. Call us at Texas Home Loans anytime, 830-929-7100. Send us an email here. Click on our links. Send us a message. Whatever you do, when you're buying a house, you got to make sure that those taxes are being paid. This happens more than once. And as volume goes down, title companies are desperate for business. And I've had large institutional title companies and my competition commit fraud in the last 2 years. Desperate people do desperate things. Remember that. Get a hold of us. Let's look at the details. Let's catch these people. And you know what? Don't let them come and take it. Get a hold of us. Let us help you. Always a pleasure from Texas Home Loans. Give us a call anytime. We want to help you from getting your house stolen by thieves. And unfortunately, some of the thieves are who you know or large title companies that like to, if they get away with it, they're going to continue to get away with it. So don't let them steal your house. Don't let them steal your money. And what they'll do is if you get scared and go pay those taxes, they'll say, well, there's nothing we can do because the municipality can't accept the taxes twice, which is true, but they're leaving out the fact they committed fraud to force you to do it. So it's called theft by omission, theft by deception, violating Texas Department of Insurance, violating CFPB, violating Texas Department of Savings and Mortgage Lending laws, and also violating the Texas AG Deceptive Practices Act. Need I go on? Needless to say, when my clients come to me, they are protected. Look at my reviews. I fight for my people, and I don't let people, I don't like bullies. And unfortunately, sometimes the title companies are bullies. Sometimes the sellers are bullies. Sometimes the buyers are. I don't like them, and I will use the details. As long as you're on the side of truth, you'll be fine, and we'll get you all of your money and get you squared away. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.